Okay, loading. Okay. Me and my girlfriend, Angela Moya Graham Holden, she's singing in this song and she's in the pictures in the back. We had the pleasure of being harassed daily for about 3 years by a specific individual, a really twisted fuck. Mostly over the phone, like in the middle of the night, have a phone and some crooked voice would say like, "You're ugly, you're a bitch," or whatever. And we think we know who that is, but we can't prove that because it's an undisclosed number. In Germany, he used to call not just my flat in Berlin, but also the record label, Dance Macabre Records, which I was signed on at the time, and threaten them. And the police are supposed to protect and serve. Well, they can't do anything without proof, and we can't make proof because we can't know the number, and we can't get the phone company to tell us the number unless a court will order it. So it's kind of like a catch-22 thing. This sick fuck, I don't really care about him. People sometimes they lose their head and they are human in flesh, but their minds are gone. That's just a disability. But there's a system which is supposed to protect us. It repeatedly claims that that's what it is doing. But this system does not protect us at all. So many laws are passed about our safety and fines if we don't keep our own safety, like with seat belts and anti-smoking, anti-drugs, whatever. There are many laws supposed to protect us, and they are being kept by the police. Special units are fighting against drugs, against alcohol, against cigarettes, car accidents, all presumably supposed to protect us. But the truth is, it's not really about protecting us. When I need this protection, I will not get it, because all the laws being passed, it's obvious that they cannot be upheld all the time. People will use drugs, although there are laws against drugs. People will use prostitutes, even if it's outlawed. And people will drive much faster than the speed limit. It's obvious that there are places where the police will not go and fine perpetrators of crimes. When I thought about that, I understood it's not a question of protecting us, and it's not about creating a perfect society. That's not what it's about. The idea is that you can have a law to prohibit every behavior. Then the system, the police, the authorities have the choice to decide where they're going to enforce it and where they are not going to enforce it. And by not enforcing it, I mean, the law should be enforced everywhere, but that obviously cannot be done. So by not enforcing laws in specific areas, you know, where the rich people live, you don't send like the vice squad so often as much as you can send them to the slums. Generally speaking, the idea is that the police has the power not to enforce specific rules to specific people. And by that they create an internal system. It can create, through negation, a source of power. If you control the police, you can control what laws are not enforced and where. You don't know what is the agenda of the system which is governing you. You see laws being passed, but when they're passed, that's only the beginning, that's only the frame in which sources of power can be created. It's not about democracy or the rule of the majority or anything like that. Even if you have a feeble majority and most of the people in the country do not support the laws being passed, but due to political power struggles, they are passed. The state of the system is much worse. Why obey? Why not revolt? I mean, this is disgusting. If I was rich, this guy that's harassing us would have been behind bars, but he's not, because I don't have the power to tell the police to do that. I can only suggest my problems to the police, and if it fits their agenda, then they'll work and do their job. So anyway, me and Angie spontaneously wrote this song out of like the loathing we felt for everyone, not just this guy. Like a policeman telling me to hire a bodyguard instead of like arresting the motherfucker. Like, we can't enslave our lives fighting the systems so that the system will help us. We don't have time for that, we don't have the resources for that. Apart from enforcing laws which give the system money through fines, the system is persistently trying to prove that guilty people are innocent, because dealing with real guilty people and real problems, and not like invented problems. That in itself requires resources. If the system really cared about us, they would by force commit this guy to a mental hospital and begin treatment. But who will pay for that treatment? No, it's better to prove that he's not guilty. It's better to say that we didn't get enough evidence. So we wrote this song, and it helped us feel a bit less victimized, I guess, because even though this is only art, we made sure that we know we didn't like think in our own disgust and loathing. We let it out through art, and we have other things on our minds.